Good evening and welcome to Sunset News on this Sunday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather, and sports. I'm Aina Kweo. In the news tonight, Erongo Police spokesperson, Chief Inspector Eleni Shapumba, has just confirmed that the mother of a one-year-old child who was found abandoned earlier today has been charged with murder under a section of the 2015 Child Care and Protection Act that deals with child abandonment. It is alleged that the suspect took her baby girl, aged 1 and 4 months, and dropped her in the Naraval Dunes area, leaving her exposed to danger with no care, Shapumba said. The mother has been arrested and will appear in Farfish Bay Magistrate Court next week. Shapumba emphasized that the abandonment of children cannot be condoned. It is important to indicate that children have the right to know and be cared for by their parents, and we as parents have that constitutional obligation. Moving over to our next story. A Windhoek City Police constable was arrested yesterday for allegedly using a work car to transport suspected poachers and meat of poached animals. It is alleged he used the work car to pass through the police roadblock with minimal suspicion. The officer, who is yet to be charged, is being kept at the Seas police cells outside Windhoek. Rivonia Job, the manager of corporate social investment of the First Rent Namibia Foundation Trust, shares more on the project they have recently embarked on, including the 225,000 Namibian dollar renovations of the Lions Club Swakopmund kitchen. Riande reports.
We have just announced that it's a national disaster in terms of drought. We have handed over $1 million Namibian to Namibia Drought Relief. And for Erongo, we have also earmarked 500,000 Namibian dollars for the provision of food as well as the Kunene region. So we're yet to finalize the distribution of food with both governors in these regions. Now, coming back to the Lions Club here in Swakopmund, which is a contribution to the kitchen that we renovated to the amount of 225,000 Namibian dollars. Combined with it is our staff volunteerism initiative. So we said we just don't want a check handover or an official opening of the soup kitchen. So you'll notice that in the kitchen, our staff members are busy preparing lunch for the elderly. And as you have seen, some staff members are taking the elderly to town for ice cream. So it's about giving back your time and skills and not just monetary terms. And we have done it in Windhoek with the SPCA, where we painted the beautiful dog houses. We packed stationery for the Amos Meerkat initiative. So it's important for us as a bank to take care of our senior citizens, with the wisdom that they have, and we're really very, very happy that to be associated with the Lions Club Elderly Home with this donation and the project that we're running here today. Thank you.
In our next story, during the public hearing held by the Communications Regulatory Authority of Namibia, CEO Emilia Ngikembwa expressed the importance of identifying market dominance in the communications sector. Executive of Economics and Market Development Helena Vosloo explained how this research process works and determined according to their research, and Telecom Namibia and Nampower are dominant in the national data transmission. Telecom Namibia is also dominant in the wired end user access, while MTC is dominant in the wireless end user access. Aldo Horn reports.
So at the heart of this meeting is the issue of market dominance, a concept that has far-reaching implications, not only for competition, but also for innovation, and primarily for consumer choice within the telecommunications market. Section 78 of the Act empowers the authority to make determination on market dominance and act appropriately to promote competition and protect consumers. The draft dominance determination that we are here to discuss today aims to identify players in the telecommunications market who have significant market power within the different segments of the market. Those of you that have seen the draft document would have seen that there's different market segmentations that are being proposed. This is a complex and nuanced issue that requires careful analysis and consideration of all relevant factors. The decision we make here will have a lasting impact on the industry as well as the economy as a whole.
So we are here today at a public hearing to discuss market dominance and the dominance determination in terms of Section 78. As is required, we need to do this every 3 years. So Nampower and Telecom Namibia has the most of this, more than 85% of the fiber routes belong to these two licensees.
Stay with us as we bring you entertainment news shortly after the break. In entertainment news tonight, Nadine was crowned the winner of the 3rd season of the next Magisa Star Search competition that took place on Friday, the 26th of April at the National Theatre of Namibia. Have a look.
Are you ready to know who is your next Magisa Star Namibia? Are you ready to know who is walking around with the #1 position tonight? Please put your hands together and give a big Magisa welcome to the next big thing in Magisa.
What a beautiful video. Now in our next story, the 25th Annual Tourism Expo that was held at the Venture Country Club and Resort had 5,242 visitors, which was a 20% growth from 2023. Urban Message Concept was voted the most popular exhibitor. They ensured every visitor who needed a stress relief massage felt rejuvenated to enjoy what the expo had to offer. 100 lucky visitors also won their share in vouchers to the value of 400,000 Namibian dollars, ensuring they could enjoy a breakaway at one of the 30 lodges available on the enjoy.my.na website. The bridal couple won a breakaway holiday to enjoy the beautiful beaches, nightlife, and cuisine that the Caribbean has to offer. They will also get a ticket to support our Namibian cricket team at the ICC T20 World Cup in June 2024. With over 10 performances from amazing Namibian talent on the Enjoy stage, visitors were also entertained over 3 days. We look forward to seeing you at the expo in the year 2025 from the 14th to the 17th of May 2025. Come and join us and enjoy a full package of what the Tourism Expo has to offer in Southern Africa, with giveaways worth 1 million Namibian dollars in accommodation and activity breakaways. Now, after the break, we will return with the story of the day. In our story of the day tonight, Mines and Energy Minister Tom Alwendo has officially commissioned the new 400 kV transmission power line from Aus to the Gerosa substation near Dodabes. The 289-kilometer power line line span 566 towers and was constructed over 2 years for 641 million Namibian dollars. This infrastructure enhances Namibia's ability to distribute electricity within the country and across the southern African region. Agweto Craig reports.
To say that it's one thing to have electricity available for us. It's one thing to have the grid, like we're actually stabilizing this. But it's another whether the electricity that we are producing, that we are making available, whether that electricity is affordable. If it's not affordable, whether at the household level, whether at industry level, again, we are going to struggle to industrialize. We are going to struggle also then to be consumer of that electricity. And therefore, as we progress in this endeavor to try to become energy self-sufficient, let's also bear in mind the fact that we need to provide electricity that is affordable. The third point I want to make is the importance of this, the grid. The grid is almost like you need to have a road where you can drive or car, and therefore if you do not have the grid, so you may then produce electricity, but you don't have the means to distribute electricity. Therefore, it's very, very important, and that's why we are happy that NamPower is embarking continuously to upgrade our grid to make sure that we are able to transmit and distribute the electricity to where it's needed. But we also hope that as we expand the connections, especially within our neighboring countries, whether it's in the north or in the south or in the east, as we do so, let's also bear in mind that let's not do that more for importing electricity, but probably more for exporting it. And therefore, when you have got all these connections, it's really more us exporting that rather than simply for us to usually have more efficient way of importing it into the country. So those are important, but if you do not have a grid, we can also not talk about closing the gap where we are going to produce more electricity. So I want to thank NamPower really, I think, for this important infrastructure. And as I say, continuously, that's what we've been doing. This is something I think we need to do because without all this infrastructure, all the other programs that we have, it's not going to be viable.
Coming up next, a community talk. The Waldorf School Windhoek during its trimester festival awarded the top performing learners of its grade 12 class of 2023. A total of 8 of the 15 learners are currently in Germany for a social gap year where they are volunteering in communities where handicapped woke adults, youth and children live and work together. After this, they have the opportunity to go in various professional pieces for training. Have a look.
A full year volunteer year in Germany, as many of this class, 9 of these learners, of 50 learners have gone abroad in March and February and doing social work there. And Kivayo is really one of the, you are all very special, but Kivayo for me is a special sample for what can happen with a child that was fiddling around and running away from school and constantly being busy with his body instead of gradually come into mind work. And suddenly, in the middle of grade 11, he understood that there is no other way than working hard. And he sat there every single day and worked extremely hard and should actually be part of this group. And I would like to give him, and you can tell him that we gave him a super applause. And then these 3 wonderful people, I just say a short thing to Princess. Princess was here from grade 3 or 4 onwards. Is a pure sort of Waldorf learner. And was dedicated from the first moment on to concentrate, to work hard, not to talk with anybody on her side, and be just really dedicated to school, because she already knew very young that she wants to become somebody that has to properly enrich the academic group of people here in Namibia, and she did that very, very well. Thank you. And then together with Veronica, her sister that is now married in grade 12, they joined us in school in the beginning of grade 8, as so many people, so many parents and learners come in grade 8, only after they have done their primary in the state schools. From the very first moment on, Veronica was a cheerful, hardworking learner, always in contact with other people that were supporting her, and supported many, many other learners in the class. Maybe did not have to work so hard because she was gifted from the very moment she came with a good intelligence and a wonderful background. So, but she worked as well, very hard. And with Hosea, who was my sort of one of my dear friends during the whole high school, not only a super learner, but also really very close to my heart and supportive. She came also in grade 8, a bit later, very cheerful, super guiding and social skills, supporting the group also very well, and working very hard for the achievement that we have now by the end of the last year. Thank you very much, Hosea.
We will return with the economic news shortly. Minister of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform Carl Schleitwein has assumed the chairmanship of the Zambezi Watercourse Commission in Mozambique at its recently held meeting in Tete Province, Mozambique. Schleitwein took over the Carlos Alberto Fortes Minister of Public Works, Housing and Water Resources of Mozambique. The event took place at the end of the 11th Zambezi Watercourse Commission Council of Ministers meetings. The meeting was called to transact Zamcom business, which includes the adoption of key policies and decisions to provide the necessary guidance, among others, on promotion, support, and coordination to ensure efficient management, sustainable development, and equitable utilization of water resources of the Zambezi Watercourse. Namibia will host the next Council of Ministers. Zamcom is an intergovernmental organization that brings together 8 riparian states that share the Zambezi River Basin, which is Angola, Botswana, Malawi, Mozambique, Namibia, Tanzania, Zambia, and Mozambique. Now let's have a look at our economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades for 23 Namibian dollars 44 cents to 1 British pound, 20 Namibian dollars 10 cents to 1 euro, 80 Namibian dollars 80 cents to 1 US dollars, and 2 Namibian dollars 59 cents gets you 1 Chinese yuan. 3 commodities have increased. That is gold with 0.31%, copper 0.71%, Brent crude oil 0.08%, while platinum has dropped with 0.26%. Stay with us as we return with our international news shortly. In our international news tonight, Iraq's parliament passed a law criminalizing same-sex relationships with a maximum 15 years prison sentence on Saturday in a move it said it is aimed to uphold religious values, but was condemned by the rights advocates as the latest attack on the LGBTQ community in Iraq. The law aims to protect the Iraqi society from moral depravity and calls for the homosexuality that have taken over the world. According to a copy of the law seen by Reuters, it was backed mainly by the conservative Shiite Muslim parties who form the largest coalition in mainly Muslim Iraq's parliament. The law on combating prostitution and homosexuality bans same-sex relations with at least 10 years and a maximum of 15 years in prison, and mandates at least 7 years in prison for anybody who promotes homosexuality or prostitution. It also imposes between 1 and 3 years in prison for anyone who changes their biological gender or willfully dresses in an effeminate manner. The bill had initially included the death penalty for same-sex acts, but was amended before being passed after strong opposition from the United States and European nations. Major Iraqi parties have in the past years stepped up criticism of LGBTQ rights, with the rainbow flags frequently being banned in protest by both ruling and opposition conservative Shiite Muslim factions last year. And now let's have a look at our weather predictions for tomorrow. Katima Mulilo can expect a minimum of 13 degrees. That also includes Rundu, while Enana can expect a minimum of 15 degrees, Oshakati 17 degrees, while Rakana and Ochuarongo as well as Ventuk and Khobabes can expect a minimum of 15 degrees. Hentis Bay can expect a maximum of 33 degrees, while Mariental, Falfish Bay and Cape Manschwab can expect a maximum of 32 degrees. Let's have a look at our local sports shortly after the break. The coach of the under-18 national squad of Namibia Rugby speaks about how the team selection went. Have a look.
Ja, ons selfs bietjie met Herman afvlugte vir die onder 18 se national span. Herman, sê net vir ons, hoe was die pickings vir die span en ja, hoe voel jy oor die span wat julle mekaar gekies het?
Ja, ek dink dit was goeie kompetisie onder die oudjies. Hulle het onder mekaar ingeklim. Sekere posisies was nogal staai geweest omdat die kompetisie in die groepe redelik moeilik was. Dis hoekom ons 'n bietjie 'n groter groep gekies het om vanaf te werk sodat ons almal nog 'n geleentheid kan gee om te kyk wat het hulle, sodat ons die sterkste moontlike groep kan kies om weer te gaan meedeel. Maar moet sê die kompetisie was regtig tussen die oudjies van 'n aard geweest dat dit moeilik was om 'n klomp keuses te maak.
Okay, as ek moet vra vir surprises, waar voel jy het die regions so gesurprise met die selections wat julle gemaak het?
Ek moet sê Noorde het nogal sterk hierdie jaar deurgekom wat ons nog nie verwag het nie. Juist as jy nou kyk by die skole hoe hulle speel, is hulle altyd mos in die minderheid en hulle het nogal sterk deurgekom, amper die toernooi gewen as jy dit so kan stel. Kom maar as dit so 'n bietjie maar mense klomp beserings en goedjies bietjie agter, maar ek moet sê vir die verrassingpakket vir my was veral Noorde se oudjies geweest.
Okay, en al hoe voel ons oor die span en ja, wat is die way forward?
Ja, nee, ons gaan nou die 9de tot die 11de oefenkampe met die oudjies. Bietjie oefen, bietjie skills doen, fiksheid doen, kyk waar lê wie en dan weer 'n rond is, bietjie te mekaar speel en dan ons finale besluit maak. So daar 'n bietjie werk en dan kan die oudjies sien wat ons van hulle verwag en dan wie in die stelsel inkoop en wie kan saamwerk sodat ons aan JP toe kan gaan en gaan deelneem aan die akademieweke en hopelik weer 'n goeie week daar kan uitbeeld en toon.
Roger Thompson, a former national under-20 coach, shares his views on the derby rugby match that took place yesterday between the first team of Wanderers and Trustco United. Wanderers won by 36-15.
We are in the company of Coach Roger Thompson. Coach, you just witnessed the 69th derby. What's your thoughts on this match?
That was a good game. I think Wanderers back and forwards really dominated. They're a very structured team as well. They played good off 9 and 10. So very well organized, strong defense, very explosive on attack, very organized as I said. So, but United came out in the second half and they tried to disrupt at 9 and 10. Partially they got it right, but with the experience they have in that positions, they were just playing forward and in the hooker position. Orbit Noki was having an outstanding game, as well as a back trio of the Wanderers team. So very, very organized team, well coached. So it'll be difficult to stop them this season.
Quite entertaining rugby dished out today. Couple of tries.
Absolutely. Some wonderful rugby on display. Here at United Field today, so it was good to watch. But it'll be an exciting season, But as I said, Wanderers are really putting their hands up, strong contenders for the title because they look very organized, well coached, and they've got some outstanding players in the team.
Thank you so much, Coach.
All right.
Olympics 200-meter silver medalist Christine Boma yesterday afternoon won the national 100-meter title in 11:61 seconds at the Namibian Championships in Windhoek at the Independence Stadium. Tal Van Lille reports.
There goes women. 50-meter man. Absolutely fantastic. What a close finish for this.
African Stars has once again been crowned as the champions of the Namibia Premier League yesterday night. African Stars Soccer Club head coach Ronnie Kanalelo shares his thoughts on winning the Namibian Premiership.
To Africa Stars, in a short period of time, you are the championship coach. What does it mean to you? What does it mean to your team? You guys are happy here at Independence Stadium, beating Pirates and relegating of Orlando Pirates to the first division football. What a game between Stars and Pirates today.
Yeah, I came through toward the last 11 matches of the season. The job was available. I was approached. And the mandate was very clear. We want to defend the league title and win it. And I said, why not? I mean, Stars has quality. And I just had to come in and change a few things, And as everybody knows, I like to play football. And that's what we did. And today, as you said, against Orlando Pirates, first of all, since the first day of training this past week, I told my players, we have to respect the brand, we have to respect the opponent, and the integrity of the game, should remain high, and we displayed it today. We didn't want to come here with that mindset that we have already won the league title, we don't have to play football. That would have been an injustice to our supporters who came in numbers to really witness the team. And we finished it off well. I don't want to talk about Pirates. First of all, everyone here at Africa Stars, works for Stars, and we just manage our space, and Pirates had to manage their space, so it was nothing personal. It was nothing about relegating them. I know it's painful, but, at the end of the day, we also needed a job to do, and that's what happened here.
Congratulations.
Massive congratulations to you, African Stars. And with that, we've come to the end of tonight's broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook on all NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, which is called oneup2.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV 285 and GoTV 25 every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. This has been Sunset News. Please don't end your day without us. Good night.